Hi, I'm Colonel John Rice, commander of the 363rd ISR Wing.
And I'm Chief Master Sergeant Stefan Blazier, the Command Chief of the 363rd ISR Wing.
Last time we talked about what does it mean to be problem-centric, and how does that affect the way we conduct operations and build our team within the 363rd ISR Wing. You know, we sort of ended on the point of, the thing about problems is they change over time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, operational problems evolve, and it's important to stay in tune with what they are. But it's not just the problems that change, but so do our adversaries, the threats they pose, the technology that's out there that we use to solve problems with, the operational environment and the international environment in which we're operating. Things will continue to change even faster tomorrow than they did yesterday. And so that means we must be dynamically adaptive. In this world of accelerating change, being adaptive just has to be an inherent part of who we are. And so that is the new norm then, is for us to become dynamically adaptive across a lot of different ways, right? So we have to be adaptive in terms of the technology we use, in terms of our understanding of the adversary, in terms of how we team across organizational lines, in terms of how we understand the problems, what data we use, what tools we use to manipulate that data with, and ultimately how we integrate with our mission partners in order to present them with viable solutions to the operational problems we're solving in partnership with them. So Chief, what do you think that means in practical terms for us and our airmen as an organization?
I think for me, dynamically adaptive is both about when you change, but also understanding the timing and the relevancy because you could change at any point, but it's not change for the sake of change. It's change with a purpose. It's change focused on a problem. But I think it's the first to adapt that is going to have the advantage in the digital age. We spent some time talking about this too, is we take on a lot of risk by not changing,
right?
By staying where we are. And you're exactly right. We even used to teach change, right? What do? You unfreeze, you change, and you freeze, right?
Yeah.
But as you and I share, is that paradigm is probably changing as well. It's probably a case to where I'm going to be aware of my environment, and I'm constantly going to maneuver and shift and be relevant to that environment. And that may not be a case to where I'm ever at what we call an end state, and I'm frozen and I can just hang out for the next couple of years.
Right.
So I recently had a conversation with somebody, and I asked him, I said, hey, when was the last time you used a phone book? Right? When was the last time that you said, man, I need to find this person's number, or I need to find an auto shop, or I need to find a place to take my pet, and you looked around your house for a phone book? And there's a reason why we don't use them anymore.
Right.
Right? There's a reason, right? So the technology has changed, our access to information. Now I can get peer-reviewed inputs from others. So time has evolved, and phone books are no longer relevant to the world we live in today. I constantly have to adjust. If you look at any of an industry, it's a constant shift and change to push their products to be better and better.
So maybe a good example of dynamic adaptability in the commercial world has to do with video entertainment. So for a long time, the prevailing model of video rental was, whether VHS or DVD or even Blu-ray disc, was from a brick and mortar store. Mm-hmm. But an innovation happened where it became much more appealing to consumers to be able to essentially mail order their video rentals, and then have them delivered direct to their door, and then then they can mail them back. And then in this digital age that you've discussed, video entertainment went from video rentals of a physical object, right, from a physical media format, to streaming video. Mm-hmm. But then even that changed, and so those who were involved in the video entertainment business went from renting pre-existing videos to content creation, original content creation, right? Yeah, and that that sort of reflects how video entertainment has evolved over time. And those organizations, those companies who were most adaptive in responding to the opportunities presented by the digital age and the desires of consumers, as those desires changed, not just survive but thrive. And the other ones that remained stagnated in sort of a legacy business model tend to not fare quite as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for our wing, we are focused on value or content that we provide to someone else. So I think there's absolutely connections in how we can modernize our services, what we offer, and to provide that connection so you don't have to go to a brick and mortar store and walk around on the ISR aisles and say, I want this or I want that, because it's not fast enough.
Right. You know, and as technology presents new opportunities, and we think through how to leverage it, and after they've sort of been immersed in that new technological environment for a while, then that's when epiphanies strike, and they discover, hey, wait a minute, maybe I no longer have to do the thing I've always done, not only in the way that I've always done it, right? So that, you know, not just moving from doing the thing I've done from the old way to the new way, but maybe I could actually just do a new thing altogether that wasn't previously possible because of what's afforded to me by the new technology. And so it's important that we always remain dynamically adaptive to the technology, to the environments, and to our adversaries. And in order to do that, we've got to be audaciously innovative.
That's right.
So next time we get together, let's talk about what it means to be audaciously innovative.
Can't wait, sir.
I'm Colonel John Rice.
And I'm Chief Stefan Blazier.
And with all of you,
we solve problems today, tomorrow, together.